about kilts and talking about the things I enjoy doing, I decided to take a camera and go show you guys some of that for myself. So at that point, I rebranded, became the Kilted Adventurer, although I had been hiking in kilts and adventuring for years. Um, a lot of friends just call me Toby. So anyway, fast forward to December or so of last year, decided to upgrade my camera equipment. Bought a GoPro on a Black Friday special, 4K, ultra high definition, wide angle, and was able to share the adventures, hopefully even more. I have left a lot of that older content on there. Actually, YouTube has released a new feature this week where you can click older, back by popular demand. So a lot of folks can go back and see how the improvement's gone. Hello, Adam. Welcome to the 1,000 subscriber live chat today. It's just kind of bringing everyone up to history of the channel itself. Looking forward to a special project that I'm working on with 10 other content creators, most of which have been with me since the very beginning. I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's very exciting. I've already had an affirmative from all 10 creators. A couple of them are ahead of the others and have already sent me the materials. So it's going to be very exciting. Our goal is to have that published, edited, and put together by the end of July. It probably will be longer than my normal content, maybe 30, 35 minutes, but I think it'll be exciting and a lot of fun. So anyway, what is next? Besides the collaboration that I just mentioned, not really planning on changing the direction of the channel just because I reached 1,000 subscribers. Now you may ask, hey, are you monetized? Do you get AdSense? Yes. The answer is no. As most of you know that are on YouTube, you have a 4,000 subscriber and, 1,000 subscriber and 4,000 watch hour threshold. It might actually be easier if they did it the other way around. Or 10 million shorts in 90 days. Now, you may have noticed I've been doing a lot more shorts lately. That is to cast a broader net. But never you fear, long form is my preferred content and will continue to be how I share my adventures with my loyal audience. So what is next? Probably plan on doing some of these live streams with other content creators versus just me learning how to use the technology like I am today. Also plan on making more videos. For example, yesterday I was up in White's Creek, which is a wonderful little TVA small wild area that should be ready for publication this Friday. While I was up there, I thought, what else is up here? Watts Bar Nuclear Plant. Lots of history there, lots of scenery. So I'll make a facts video about that as well. More editing, more time, but trying to get more content out so that everyone can enjoy. So let's talk about some of the wonderful folks that have been along for this journey. Again, without spoiling the upcoming collaboration, I've really had some great support from other content creators. Specifically, well, there's so many I would hate to mention them by name today, but there have been several that have shared some of my content, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, other social media, trying to help get me over that push. One of my dear friends that I have met through this format, he does live streams several nights a week, and he dedicated one of those live streams just to getting me over 1,000. So I really thank you, my friend, from the bottom of my heart. You know who you are. I look forward to the upcoming collaboration so that others can see you as well and hopefully learn more about your channel. What else? Let's talk about abundance. When the water rises, we all rise together. The example of that is the other content creators that have been helping me to get over this milestone. I believe, and I've shared with you before on the channel, in an abundance mentality. So what does that mean? That means because you have something doesn't mean you're taking it away from me. But there's enough for everyone. So because you succeed, that allows me to succeed. That is us hand by hand climbing together for abundance. Let's see. This is, again, a test of this technology. Thank you for those who have joined today or will be watching this later. Some of the shorts that I have been releasing on the channel are relating to some of the best places that I have gone over the last 2.5 years. There's a lot of fantastic footage, including some playlists. So let's talk about some playlists for a minute that you might be interested in if you want to help in the next chapter of this channel's growth. First of all, we have Kilted Hiking Adventures. Now, that should be a real shock to those who watch this channel at all, that I would have a playlist or a hike in kilts. But also, waterfalls. So I have taken all of the best waterfalls that I have visited over the last 2.5 years and put them together in a common playlist. There is a video called Tennessee Top 5 Waterfalls. I would recommend you start with that, but then work your way through the various waterfalls. Now, something to keep in mind on waterfalls. In the summer, unless it's rained a lot like it has the last 2 or 3 days here, you might be disappointed. Winter is usually best for waterfalls because of the rain and the snow that feeds the waterfalls. However, there are some exceptions. One exception would be Burgess Falls, which is fed by a TVA dam, so they control the water. Another would be Lost Creek that I published a couple of weeks ago. That is actually fed by an underground spring, and it falls into a sink, which is Lost Creek Cave. So there's no runoff at the bottom either. That should be a consistently good waterfall. But in general, the waterfalls, especially some of the more wonderful ones in the winter, like Foster Falls or Little Possum Creek Falls, also known as Imodium Falls. Let's see, what is that other one that's so popular? Anyway, that is in the playlist, and a lot of those are best viewed in the winter. Also put together a Tennessee Parks playlist. Um, the main park that I hike in is the Cumberland Trail State Park. It is a park that starts at Signal Mountain down on the Georgia border and goes all the way up to Kentucky, but it's not yet connected. There's also South Cumberland State Park. A lot of the trails in that early on were tagged as South Cumberland State Park, but now are Savage Gulf State Park. That is the newest state park in Tennessee. So I'll combine that playlist. You have Savage Gulf and Savage, and the other one I said, Savage Gulf. And anyway, that has the Stone Door. It has Savage Falls. It has Foster Falls, the Climbing Loop, many of those things. So check that playlist out as well. Other ones that are a little bit, I would call them not completely off brand, but different. Travel. I do a lot of travel. You have seen film that I have done from Portland, Maine. You've seen a whole playlist I've done in Texas, whether it's Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texarkana, the various places I've been there. Also, all over Georgia, West Virginia, Kentucky. Some of those are not going to be hiking videos, so I hope that you find some value there as well. I was very intentional when I named the channel Kilted Adventurer. First of all, Kilted Hiker was already taken, but I also didn't want to just do hiking videos. There'll also be a playlist you can look at called Facts or Top 10. Believe it or not, my number one video that continues to get views every single hour is Top 10 Facts About Beale Street, or otherwise stated, Beale Street Top 10 Attractions. I filmed that when it was 13 degrees one night and the next morning on one of my travels to Beale Street, taking a lot of safety precautions, but it was a wonderful visit And a lot of folks have watched that video and also enjoyed it. Let's see, some of the other playlists can have to do with thoughts or facts. Now, one thing I do want to state, this is an entertainment channel. Some of the history or thoughts videos that I put out, uh, check your sources. I try to check my sources, but I know a lot of historical opinions vary. I am not an educational channel. I'm an entertainment channel. So, if you disagree and you can be kind, please leave a comment. If you disagree and want to be disagreeable, it's an entertainment channel. There's a lot of options on YouTube. I would recommend that you find one. I do that all the time. Not for me. Move on to the next. Let's see. What else? So I am going to continue to make great content because I will be putting more content out and possibly doing some live streams. Unlike today, they will have more scripts. They will be with guests, so there'll be more collaborations. I want it to be good, entertaining, possibly educational, understanding I'm not in education, and inspiring. I created this channel to inspire you to be healthy and to get outdoors. And I hope you've done that. I have heard from many on the trail that stop me and recognize me because I have so much content out there now that they have started going to my playlist or going to my channel before they hike on a trail. And they appreciate that I tell them if it's an easy trail, a moderate trail, or a difficult trail. There are all different fitness levels and all different trails. I actually made a hiking safety video. If you haven't seen that, I would recommend you do that. Thank you for all of those who have recently joined this live stream. Just want to continue the conversation. Last week, I reached 1,000 subscribers, so we got some really special things coming for the channel. A multi-content creator collaboration extravaganza. It promises to be out of this world. We're going to have some live streams. Some will be me. Some will be me and other content creators talking about things of interest, whether it's outdoors, whether it's YouTube, whether it's mentality or mindset. Also, I shared a few moments ago that I will continue to make excellent content. Long-form content will continue to be my primary. Most of those will be 7 to 12 minutes long. Now, it takes me an hour to 2 hours to drive most of the places you see. Several hours to film, several hours to edit, and that gives you a 6 to 9 minute final product that I hope you enjoy because I know I'm proud of it. We will put that 1,000 subscriber extravaganza together over the next few weeks. I have actually started editing some of the content now. The goal is to get that out by the end of July. Feel free, if you haven't already, to hit the like button. I would appreciate that. If anybody wants to chat as well, that is an option. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to keep the live going for about 4.5 more minutes unless we start getting a lot of viewers and a lot more content. I would welcome you to also join me on other social media, facebook.com/The Kilted Adventurer. That's actually a lot larger than my YouTube channel. I put a lot of photographs and still shot content there. It is more interactive than YouTube. However, YouTube is my primary content platform. I just want to be able to share photographs. So there's a very robust community on Facebook. Instagram.com/The Kilted Adventurer or at The Kilted Adventurer is my handle as well. Much smaller audience. I don't post as much content to Instagram, but I do put still photos on there. And it's growing very slowly, and that's okay. You don't have to be all things to all people. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Twitter. I do have a website, thekiltedadventurer.com. If you're interested in that, there are resources on there if you are interested in helping to support the channel. The things I mentioned a moment ago, whether it's driving, filming, editing. Those things cost money, so there's ways to support the channel on there. Also, if you're interested in kilts and accessories, there's a link on there from UT Kilts, who I've bought 6 of my kilts, all of my belts, all of my socks, my sporrans, my kilt hose, um, flashes, kilt pins, all those things that a lot of the traditionalists would smile about. So a couple of other things, if you haven't checked it out, one is a very popular video, why wear utility kilts. Sometimes I'll get conversation and comments on some of the platforms from traditionalists wanting to know why I'm not wearing a specific piece of clothing that they think I should be wearing, whether it's 20 degrees or 90 degrees, whether I'm in water or on mountains. So go back and look at that. Hopefully that will help explain some of my stance. I am a live and let live kind of guy, so I hope that we can have that abundance mentality together. And if you disagree, that's fine. Just don't be disagreeable. One more thing, and then I will wrap this up. I will be publishing an article soon on my website, thekiltedadventurer.com, relating to a contest that I trained the last 6 months for. And I have some thoughts about that. I've never done a written blog before. It is in final draft stance, so I will be putting that on that website. Some of the pictures that I have posted lately were a result of that. The Kilted Warrior swordplay in the rain and the one I posted today from the photo shoot came directly from that contest. So I'm trying to do some things that are a little bit different while sticking to the core. This channel is and will continue at the core to be about hiking and kilts, but it's also about adventure, whether it's travel, whether it's outdoors, whether it's fun with other collaborators and content creators, or whether it's just talking today like I am on this live stream. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this has added some value to you. If you are watching this later, please give me the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Go back and watch those playlists that I told you about. That will really help me out. And always seek adventure.